This time on First Impressions, Parker and Penelope from Thunderbirds.
Parker, take me to the bank. I've been paid to do this Halifax advert.
Yes, milady.
Ladies, gentlemen, and all other gender-specific pronouns, this is Two in the Bush. I am Shaun Howe, and I am joined, as ever, in the bush by a slightly snotty Timothy Broad.
Hello.
Are you still Parker?
I'm still Parker.
That's particularly good. I mean, have you bought the pink roller with you?
No, it's actually a Ford.
Yes, it is a Ford.
From that live-action film
movie
that everybody remembers fondly. It was really bad.
I remember when I was a really young kid, I got really upset at the film because one of them went bad.
Which one went bad?
Alan?
Was it because he got...
One Thunderbird 3, I think.
Was that because he got... Which one was Thunderbird 3?
I don't know whether he was like brainwashed
Which one was Thunderbird 3?
It was the big red rocket.
Oh, the big red rocket.
The big red rocket.
Because that one was the only one that could go to space, wasn't it?
Yes, I think.
Thunderbird...
I mean, I reckon... it's the only one that did go to space. I reckon Thunderbird 1 could have given it a decent shout.
I think it probably... Thunderbird 1 just went from A to B.
Yes.
The quickest. Thunderbird 2 brought the gear.
Yeah, he's carrying the load.
Thunderbird 3 went to space. Thunderbird 4 went underwater.
Yeah, and was in one of the pods of Thunderbird 2.
Yeah.
And Thunderbird 5 was a satellite. The satellite can go into space.
It was always up there, though.
Well, yes.
It was like
but it's still in space.
It was like an orbiting ship, which was really,
like a satellite.
Really big.
Yes, because it had to dock all like Thunderbird 3 and all the others. From memory, I can't remember who the bloke in Thunderbird 5 was, but him and Alan used to swap roles, if memory serves.
What do you mean?
From time to time.
Oh, really?
Occasionally, say if they're going up into space for one thing, and I don't know, maybe either Alan didn't fancy it or he wanted some time in the luxury satellite, they would swap.
Oh.
I think.
Fair enough.
Either that or that's just something that I came up with in my head as a child. Which is entirely possible.
What was your favourite Thunderbird?
Oh, that is a good question. I think I'd say Thunderbird 1.
Oh. Oh, shit.
Although, I did like... slight mention to the little prop plane that was briefly called Thunderbird 6.
Yeah.
In that movie.
Yeah. My favourite one, I know it's not actually really Thunderbird, but it was the mole.
The mole. You raise a very good point on the mole.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was ever used for. Oh, it was used for...
Whenever the villains decide to dig down deep.
I remember there was an episode where this giant, I think it was meant to be used as like a weapon. This giant walkie thing.
What, like an AT-AT?
Yeah, it was like an AT-AT thing and then it fell into a massive hole.
It genuinely would not surprise me if that was where George Lucas got the influence from.
It was just a giant walkie thing. I don't know, did it fall into a volcano or something? I don't know, it just fell.
Volcano?
Or like the land collapsed underneath it because it was so heavy.
Right. This is starting to ring a bell, actually.
And then they had to use the mole and then also these two kind of craney ones, like these two little red truck things.
But did they come out of one of the pods in Thunderbird 2?
Yeah.
Right. Because Thunderbird 2's pods inadvertently became a Deus Ex Machina.
What do you mean by that?
As in, they would conveniently have the right machine for the job and it would always be in one of the pods.
Yeah. Yeah. But
we love it though.
We do. I did like it. It was a good show.
I'd like to just have a Thunderbird 2, maybe not like a full size one, maybe a kind of smaller one, just following me around all the time. Or
Thunderbird 2, so it could just drop out. I mean,
it could just drop off.
I had a toy of Thunderbird 2.
Right.
That was super cool. It had the whole thing where the pod would drop out and you could put the mole in it.
Right.
The tractor one and Thunderbird 4.
Right. Oh yeah.
Was banging.
Did you also have the ones that were in one of the first episodes, or at the very least the first episode that was always on BBC 2 whenever they put them on in the school holidays, because that's whenever I watched Thunderbirds. This is a weird diversion. Don't know why I've gone down this path, but
right.
oh well. That they conveniently had these kind of big sort of almost like aircraft tug type devices, but they had big old pads on them, almost like panels, which were used so they could bring the big plane down.
Yeah, I remember. And they're like all robotic apart from one. No, they're all automated. Right?
So I love that they're all robotic apart from one, which is completely organic. It's just a bloke. He's just going to lift the plane up.
Well, it was one that being controlled by... Yeah, that was an interesting episode. I think that was really where they just thought, that's a very niche vehicle for a very specific role.
In many ways, when I imagine a Deus Ex Machina from the Thunderbirds, that's what I imagine.
Yes.
Because what other use would those
There is no
vehicles
roof
have?
for it. There is no roof for it. It's a it's a platform that can move. It's only for planes, really.
Yeah. Maybe this is a big problem in the Thunderbirds universe.
Yeah.
We never know. If it's a continual problem, then I mean, I'd like to see if in the real world, I'd like to see how Thunderbirds would deal with airport security.
Hang on.
What sort of device they would use. Tim is googling live on air.
I mean, they were the. Here, this is the one.
He's got the image up.
This is the one that fell into a hole. It was like a giant crab walker thingy, and it just fell into.
Oh right, okay.
And it just fell into a hole, and I don't know if it was meant to be like a weapon or something.
But I mean, whatever it is.
God, it looks a bit dated, doesn't it? Just
it looks like a shed with legs.
Man, hasn't aged well. I thought it was.
Well, you've got a shed with legs. Maybe a lorry truck. What are they called? What the things that lorries pull along? Trailers. A lorry trailer with legs. I've told you that I've told you, but I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast. But the shed in my garden was actually an old trailer that my dad used to use because he used to run a shop and he'd have to in markets. He'd be pulling a load of stuff and he'd use that. The moment he didn't have the use for it, I think it used to be bright yellow, and he painted it green and decided to put it right at the top of the garden to use as a shed.
Oh, fair enough.
Which was a great idea, apart from the fact that when you first put it in there, one of the old ladies who lived around the corner was a bit confused and called the police thinking that somebody had crashed into the back garden.
Oh.
Because I think this would have been before he painted it green.
Right.
So this is bright yellow thing. I'm just going to move the mic, by the way, so apologies if the next bit of audio is a bit dodge.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah. Can we just see what it was like on the waveform? Probably a bit too late now.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right,
should we move on to wordplay?
One very quick thing.
Oh, yeah.
Thunderbird 1. Oh, okay.
Oh, right. So, you got a list of all the Thunderbirds?
Yeah, so Thunderbird 1 was Thunderbird 1, obviously.
Thunderbird 1 was Thunderbird 1.
Thunderbird 6 originally was the Firefly, which is basically the tractor.
Oh, right. Okay.
Number 7 was the Mole. Number 8 was Fab 1, which was the name of Penelope's car. Number 9 was supposedly Fireflash, which was the plane.
Right.
Which was based off Concorde, I assume. It was like a precursor.
Yeah. Are these the actual Thunderbirds, or are these just the toy sets that you were
Maybe
giving
it's
out?
The toy sets.
I reckon it's the toy sets.
Oh yeah, but the one that had the kind of platform in it was just called the elevator car.
That says a lot.
The one that looks like something from Red Dwarf. Have you watched Red Dwarf?
I've watched a little bit of Red Dwarf, not much.
Do you remember the ship?
But I remember rough things about it.
Do you know the ship, the little fly ship they had?
Roughly.
There it is. It's that one there. It's called It's called Helijet.
Helijet.
And the other one is the recovery vehicle.
Is that just a jet that's facing downwards? For a Helijet.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, sorry. Thunderbirds. Interesting show.
I think that was a 5-minute detour on Thunderbirds at least.
It was 8 minutes. Anyway.
Well, it was 8 minutes since the start of the pod. Doesn't necessarily mean it was for 8 minutes.
No, it doesn't necessarily. Okay, what's wordplay of the week?
Right. Okay, this week, Tim, you could win a large, but not massive, set of footwear for homeless people made out of magazines.
Could you repeat that? Sorry, there's a lot of information.
Okay, a large, but not massive, set of footwear for homeless people made out of magazines. He's thinking.
Tabloid.
No.
It's not one of them.
Not tabloid is not one of the words.
Oh, fuck. One more time.
A large but not massive set of footwear.
What does that mean? Large but not massive.
It will make sense when we get there.
Giant.
If anything, you're going in the wrong direction.
Tiny.
Okay, now you've gone too far.
Oh, for God's sake. Large but not massive.
Set of footwear.
Crocs.
Not Crocs.
Flip flops.
No.
Boots. Trainers.
No, you're getting closer, but it's not quite the word.
I give up.
Okay.
I don't even want this. It sounds shit.
Okay, it's the biggest shoe.
Do you say for old people?
No, for homeless people.
Oh.
Because the big issue. So the big-ish shoe.
Are these... You can keep...
I will keep it. I will
them.
treasure it.
You can keep the big-ish shoe. Jeez Louise.
Is that the worst one yet?
I like it, but it's really annoying.
I mean, what can I say?
Ugh, there we go. It is.
While we're on this trend, should we do a band name?
Yeah, sure, go for
Okay,
it.
so this week's band is
Helijet.
No, it's not called Helijet, but that would be a good name. Any bands, don't listen to what I say. Go for Helijet.
Helijet.
It's a good
Damn,
one.
there you go. Band name, Helijet.
Helijet.
Rock band, done. Simple. Next segment.
I mean, the one I wrote down was Colonial Double Act. Presumably a duo.
Colonial
Double Act.
Yeah, that won't do well.
No, it's a.
Sorry.
That's a.
People.
It certainly won't do as well as Helijet.
I'm afraid just that would not be socially acceptable. Any mention of colonialism just brings bad taste to many people's mouths.
Right. Okay.
Sozzles. I'm really sorry. There's a duet. That's gonna make it any better. I can imagine like an old couple who romanticise, like an old BMP couple that romanticised for the good old days
Piff
when they were
helmets.
never around. Yeah, exactly.
You, of course, are owner of a Piff helmet
Yeah.
because I bought you one.
Yeah. Just a little bit tight on the head, but you know what? I like it. Thank you.
He wouldn't wear it outside.
No, I wouldn't.
How long is it until we see a Piff helmet at like a pro-Brexit march?
Not long.
It may have already happened.
Probably. I'm sure somebody's made a Photoshop of what's the UKIP leader? He's not the UKIP.
Nigel Farage?
No, Nigel Farage. He's not even the UKIP leader anymore.
No,
he's in his own party.
Yeah, they're called. Guess what it's called?
Brexit Party.
Yes.
What is? I said this
again. Farage is very good at making short-term political parties.
That's one
if it
thing.
succeeds,
Yeah.
then what do you do?
Yeah, like UKIP.
Do you just get other countries to try and leave? Frexit? Spexit?
That's Spain.
Jexit?
Do Italy.
It's it.
And it falls apart right there.
Is Turkey part of it? No, it's not.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I was hoping for Tuxit, but
Oh, it doesn't. Bexit.
Nexit.
Or it's Betsit.
Betsit.
Bexit.
Betsit.
Bexit.
Bedsit.
No, Bexit. That's just Belgium.
Oh, if Belgium left the EU, what would they do?
Well, yeah, what would happen then? They'd just have to move the home somewhere.
I was going for Nexit for the Netherlands.
Oh shit, where did you put the kitchen towel?
Oh, this
What
is
did you
Tim
do?
searching for something to
Blow my
wipe his
nose
nose with.
with. What did you do with it?
Oh, no, there's one over here.
Mum nabbed it, for fuck's sake. So I've got a cold.
Yeah, talk about your cold for a second while I'm getting your kitchen roll.
Oh, there it is. It's up, so sorry.
Oh, right.
I put it, on, it was on top of the Xbox. Oh man, just rip them.
There's another peek behind the curtain, behind the cling film curtain that we have here at Timberbush.
Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about?
I can't even remember now.
Brexit.
We're just talking about we're making puns basically.
Stop. Maybe we should. But Nigel Farage created the UK Independence Party, which nobody ever took seriously. But I think even after we voted Brexit, nobody ever took the UK Independence Party seriously.
Well,
Some people did. Some people voted.
Well, nobody in politics did, but people in the general public did, and that's where problems start.
Nobody wanted to vote for them. I mean, people did.
Because
vote for
that's how Brexit came about. It's because to try and David Cameron to try and stop UKIP from moaning.
Right.
They basically just, when they said, hey, we want a referendum to leave the EU, they just, oh, right, that's fine.
We'll make
That's
you look.
fine.
We'll make you look like idiots, and then when you
thinking-
find out only 12% of the population agree. Oh,
Oh, dear.
That shit.
Yes. There is that 12%, but somehow they've added 40 to it.
They've added 40 to that.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
But, does remind me of one of my favourite. Again, another thing with early podcasts is there's somebody made a game. It was basically like a 2D sort of driving game.
Yeah.
I think you might remember it. They called it Brexit Bus, and instead of like driving an off-road thing, you would drive the Brexit bus, and the course was not like a random course. It was the value of the pound against the euro in Brexit,
yeah.
and there was a moment where it was just a big old cliff. When the vote happens.
Is the game still going? Do they?
I don't know. I haven't
they
played it
still
in a
developing it?
while.
The track just gets longer and longer.
No, it's not still developing it, but that would be cool if they did.
When we started the podcast, had we already voted to leave the EU?
Yes.
Had Trump already got in?
Oh, I don't know if he had. I don't think he had.
So this was.
I don't.
So
had he? Actually, no, he had. He had.
So the podcast.
No, he had. He
Okay.
had got him. Sorry.
So
Sorry,
we
I'm
have
getting
post
confused.
Trump and post Brexit.
Yes.
Would have been cool.
Because actually, we started 2017, didn't we? Not 2016.
Yes. Would have been nice if we had been there at the beginning. It'd be
Well.
but before it happened.
As a way to moan, then yes.
Yeah, like I remember. I mean, I've recently been watching Last Week again by Tomska.
Good guy. Recently shaved his head. He's now an egg
Yeah,
for Easter.
it's weird. You can't really watch it again. I find it hard to. I mean, it's been period. I have been watching it, but it's just hard to watch because
he's sad about politics.
he's sad sometimes, right? But also because it's all old news.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody recorded just the news for years and years and years and just went back and watched the old episodes of the news, like it just doesn't hold. It literally just can't hold up.
It'd be like us putting attempt to be interesting back in the schedule, but just reading out something that we'd read out on that section like the first episode.
Yeah, it just wouldn't hold up. So, but he was there before Trump and before Brexit.
Well, he lived. Well, we all
He
live.
started
we all
making
lived
it before.
Right.
both.
Yes.
I think he was on holiday and there was a big party, like in the hotel.
Yes. He
Trump-
was in Hungary.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember this. He was in Hungary. He was filming a sketch. I think it was it was on the time travel ones, but not the pizza one. The other one.
This is the one where like he was.
Where he's trying to where he's been sent back in time so somebody doesn't kill the king.
Yes. Yeah.
This is very,
And then there was a big.
very specific. If you've not
there was a
watched
big-
Tom's Gun, I'm
and-
sorry.
And there was a big election party going on. But nobody thought it would be Trump, did they?
No, I imagine that party abruptly died when the news came through.
Oh dear.
But anyway,
Is there another segment?
well, we haven't got to the end of this one yet because we haven't talked about Notre Dame yet.
It burned down.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I saw it in person before it burned down, so I'm okay. I'm not saying.
Yes, I didn't, which I'm slightly upset about, but not massively because ultimately people could have got hurt, and if I'd have been mainly upset about that and not when people got hurt, then that would be very selfish.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
It was quite. I don't get why nobody's talking about it. It was quite spectacular to see. It's like that. This isn't. I don't think you've seen the film, but at the beginning of Thor Ragnarok,
No, I haven't seen it.
Thor has been. He's trapped up. He's in. You just threw something at the bin and missed.
Do you know what? No, do you know what happened? I threw it. It went. It would have gone perfectly in the bin if the lid hadn't been on. It hit. In the middle.
Oh, you were going for the other one?
Yeah, I was going
There were
for
two bins.
I went for the small bin, and it would have been a perfect hit, but I missed.
Well,
Wait,
I mean, that did stop me from going on a tangent about Thor Ragnarok.
No, carry on. Sorry, Thor.
I mean, I was going to say, basically, there's a line the guy's been captured by. It's basically, if he go. There's I think it's a plot device, like, I think it's called the Eternal Flame, and it's like, he's a fire-based thing, and he's got a little crown, and if his crown gets into the Eternal Flame, he will destroy Asgard, where Thor lives.
Oh shit!
And
Why does such a thing exist?
because Norse mythology, and And Thor says, I think he says something along the lines of, "No, I will admit, seeing Asgard be burnt and destroyed in fire would be quite the spectacle, but I'd rather not see it." Which is actually quite a clever bit of foreshadowing, because actually at the end of the film he has to make that happen to win the day.
He destroys.
Yeah, because the main villain is his older sister, who just turned up, who was banished.
The bitch, yeah.
Where did that come from?
No, I remember her. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing her in a trailer. She just came across as a real bitch.
I suppose that's a good job. The way you said it so casually, it just got me. But she's really powerful, takes her power from Asgard, so had to destroy Asgard to destroy her.
Did everybody die in Asgard?
They got people off.
Everyone?
Yeah, off the planet. They didn't just pleasure
Is
people.
Asgard a planet? What is it?
Sort of.
Is it a realm?
It is a realm. One of the 9 realms.
Oh, what are the other realms?
Various planets on Earth.
We're a realm?
In that mythology, yes.
Why do we fucking suck?
I mean, we're not actually a realm.
Are we that special? Alright, here, we'll ask the question.
How did we get to this? We're talking about Notre Dame.
Are we that special?
Are we that special,
Yeah.
or are the human race that special?
The human race. Are we special?
Well, we don't know. If you want to talk about actual serious answers, we don't know,
No.
because there's no proof of either or.
Okay, at least the Marvel universe. Why are humans pretty much useless? Apart from
Well,
3 or 4.
well,
Iron Man.
in sci-fi terms, it's because you want big aliens to and cause a threat. But
This is why I like Independence Day. Because we're not
because of the
useless.
fireworks.
Because we're not useless.
I suppose so.
We actually put up a fight and we outsmart them.
But in that film, though, we did have the rather unfair advantage of the aliens running Windows XP.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, Windows XP. Also, they hadn't anticipated nuclear weapons. They'd somehow missed nuclear weapons and instead gone for a fat laser to blow up cities, which sort of did the same thing.
Yeah, they are very similar.
But they didn't have nuclear weapons themselves.
Well,
What was that about?
I'm assuming that this big laser doesn't leave all radioactive fallout. So I suppose there's a.
It just
given
burn
that,
everything.
Given that you want to go and live on that planet and do stuff with the land,
That's
probably
a good point.
better to have.
Yeah.
Because if we could have big fuck off lasers that destroyed cities, we would have big fuck off lasers that destroyed cities. But we haven't figured that out yet.
No.
But anyway, so I mean, I can confirm that Notre Dame's roof was not set on fire by a big fuck off laser that burns down cities.
No.
That's something that we do know for sure.
It was an electrical fault.
It was.
Supposedly. How do they know that, though?
But presumably one particularly red-faced employee from the construction site going, "Yeah,
They left my toaster on.
I left my toaster on, and I just wanted to wash my hair, and it just went all over. And before you knew it, and also I was carrying a lot of petrol from a mate in it, and I just."
Do you know why? I mean, this may sound stupid. Do you know why it went up so quickly?
Well, because the frame of it's made of wood.
Yeah.
So.
And do you know how old it is?
Very old.
Really old.
And really old wood tends to burn quite quickly.
It's just dry. Anything. 850
And also,
odd years
trapped
old.
oxygen in the bricks, which made it go even more.
I don't know about that.
I've heard something along those lines.
I'm
The way it's set up, but
it was just.
But
I
yeah,
remember watching it, seeing the spire go down.
I hadn't heard about this until I think I remember I'd come downstairs and my dad had got back from dialysis. He was watching the news, and I think he didn't want me to. I think I was putting a pizza on actually, and
Right.
so obviously I didn't need to be cooking very much, which is why I wasn't downstairs and didn't hear about it sooner.
Yeah.
And then I just see this thing. It's like someone said, "Oh, breaking news on the thing that the spire and stuff on Notre Dame's burning down." I was like, "Oh, shit!"
Oh shit. They got rid of
The first thing I did was message our group chat because the first thought that came into my head was, "Oh God, I hope you."
I'm not there. Of course I'm not there.
No. I hope that you saw it when you were in Paris.
Yeah, I'll be a bit of a
Because
pessimist. Didn't go inside, I'm afraid.
Well, perhaps that's a good thing.
I saw it from the outside, though.
Yeah, so...
It looked pretty cool. I've probably got pictures on my phone.
But I want to make a quick point about Notre Dame before we head off to the next segment.
Go for it.
And that is... Well, actually, two things. One, the fact that the building burnt down after it was asking for funding from other people to try and help its restoration.
Yeah.
There is something weirdly Hastings Pier about the situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those unaware, we live in Hastings, and Hastings Pier burnt down in strangely similar circumstances. Except it wasn't arson. Hastings Pier was arson, supposedly. Notre Dame wasn't.
To be honest, even if the pier wasn't arson, it doesn't really matter. It's still gone.
No, well, it's come back. We've got a new one. Well, not a new one, but is it the same one or a new one?
Would you say that it's the same legs?
Yes.
Some of the same railings.
But just not burnt wood.
Just not burnt. It's the same pier.
Yeah, I mean...
Tell you what, if they changed the legs, then it would be like the hammer. You get a hammer, you change the handle, then you change the handle. Is it the same hammer?
Yeah.
No, in my opinion.
Okay, right, I'll put you... Tim.
Yeah.
Let's say, hypothetically, you've had a accident where...
That wasn't my fault.
It wasn't your fault, and you need to claim compensation.
Sure.
But also, because of this accident, your legs have been separated from your torso.
That's a shame.
But you're still alive.
Great.
Right? Let's say you're in a wheelchair or something.
This sounds really sad. I better recover this to make this humorous.
But your legs miraculously still work. And there's somebody, and they want to test if somebody who was, say, born with no legs, that was your phone going off, could use your legs to walk around.
Can I just have my legs back?
Well, look.
Fuck off, I'll have my legs back.
Okay, but the point I was going to make is that if they then nab your legs, do they become you?
No. Because my legs don't hold the ideology.
Exactly, your brain does. Yeah. So, does a pier... Does the top of the pier, which you walk on, is that the metaphorical head of the pier and brain of the pier? Is what I'm asking. It was a contrived way to get there, but that's what I'm asking.
Is the table the flat bit on the top or the legs? Or are they both the table are independent and they have to coexist to be a table? The answer is they have to coexist as a table.
They do have to coexist, but... You could, if the table didn't have any legs, but you still wanted something to put your plates on.
That's just the floor.
You could use.
That's just the floor.
It's not.
It is.
It's just a bit of wood on the floor.
That's not a table.
I know, but you could still put something on it. You couldn't put something on the legs. Just the legs.
It's not a table though. It stops being a table at that point. Is it? Okay, it's like you're right. A snooker table.
Right.
If you got rid of the legs, what is it? It's not a snooker table anymore. It still functions, sort of.
It's a snooker table to be played specifically on your belly.
Stupid. Right? Okay? But if you remove the legs, you can't play...
This wasn't even the point I was trying to make. I was trying to make a vaguely serious point, and we've just gone on about this. The vaguely serious point that I was trying to make is that afterwards, various investors or whatever else, they raised... €1 billion to try and restore this cathedral.
Yeah.
Which is great for the cathedral. But it does beg the question, if these people are willing to give €1 billion to help this cathedral, which, impressive though it is essentially a decorative building for tourists.
Yeah.
Why couldn't some of that money gone into helping people who've been relocated after, let's say, a tower block that they lived in was burnt down?
Did we donate money to them?
What, as in...
Us.
What, as in the UK?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably not. We don't like the French. Where the fuck's my tissue? Oh, there they are. Sorry.
If you ever wanted a summary of Tim with his cold, it was in that last 3 seconds. Like, we don't like the French. Where's my tissues?
Yeah, sorry. How we like the French?
So I'm just saying that there could be slightly more. That is a picture.
That was me. That's proof of me being there.
Completely visual feature, not audio, but it's good that you are currently showing me pictures of Notre Dame. Morning in Paris, the city awakes to the bells of Notre Dame.
Ooh.
I don't know how I know the lyrics of that song, but I can't remember the next one.
Ooh, look at this.
Tim, you're getting far too touristy now.
Look, they're pretty. It's a pretty building.
It is.
It's still alive.
And that part, yes.
It's fine. This is fine.
It is. That's exactly what it is. There's a dog who's sightseeing, got a little hat on, and the roof catches fire, and he just sits down on one of the pews and just says, "This is fine."
They got rid of most of the artifacts out of the inside, right? They got rid of most of the artifacts on the inside,
I
right?
think you say got rid of. I like that they just lobbed them in the Seine.
Or they just lobbed them into. They weren't in the fire, but they just lobbed them into the fire. So most of the artifacts were recovered.
Yes.
And the concrete. Sorry, it's not concrete. What is it? It's
cement.
Blocky material.
The blocky material.
The blocky material.
The bricky things.
The bricky bit. There we go, called bricks. That's still standing. So, it's just the roof.
Yeah.
Although there'll probably be more than that.
It's still standing.
They lost the windows.
Did they?
They lost some of the windows.
Where'd they go? Did they go behind the sofa?
Nah, they just melted.
Melted?
All smelling.
That's quite hot to melt glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just,
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe they could have used it for some particular. I don't know. What are they called? Glass makers. Is there a name for them?
Glass makers.
Glass makers. Let's just say for glass makers, just going and
Specsavers.
That's a glasses makers. I doubt they're going to turn Notre Dame into a Specsavers.
They could.
They could. Architects, get on it.
I might try and design a hypothetical spire for the new thing.
Can it be either a complete coil, like a spiral, or look something vaguely Gallifreyan? Because I know that's a particular highlight for your designing techniques.
Not anymore.
Okay, well it was, but it could still.
It was.
Right.
I really. Do you know what? It kind of worries me. I don't want them to design a new spire.
Well, it will probably be sort of similar-ish
Style. I
think the idea is to keep it vaguely similar, but to either add something to it.
I would like it to look
like, I don't know, a ballroom.
Do you want to be the most exciting thing to come from in the next few years, church-wise? Will be the one in, is it Madrid or Barcelona?
I think in Barcelona, the one that's almost finished.
Yeah, that'll be incredible.
Oh god, imagine if that burned down.
Oh my god. I think it did have a fire at one point.
Oh shit.
I think it was about a fire, I think. And they lost a couple of years of work. But that will be impressive when that's done.
Yeah, well it's impressive now.
Yeah, but when it's done...
When it hasn't got scaffolding.
It'll be mental.
Right.
And then people forget... No, but then there'll be more pressure for the Notre Dame, and then they'll put a bigger spire on it, won't they? It'll be...
Oh, what, so it's going to turn into like a situation like Burj Khalifa and like the world's tallest building situation.
Yeah.
It's going bigger and bigger
go back
spires.
to... It'll be going back to the kind of competitions we had, like, I think in the 14th century. What was the first... It was like the first building to overtake the pyramids, the tallest building was a church spire.
Was it somewhere in the? I think
it was in the UK, and then we were having competitions against the Germans.
Was it York Cathedral?
Might be, yeah. And we were just having competitions against the Germans as well.
Natch.
And then,
well, I mean, at the time they were the Holy Roman Empire, and we probably were Church of England at that stage. So, I mean, that's quite a battle.
So we're going to have that battle again.
Yeah. So what we learnt today is that the burning down of the Notre Dame will cause the Holy Roman Empire to reform.
Exactly.
There you go. We probably should have ended this segment on the "This is fine" gag, but we've come here. That's where we are, and we'll move on to the next segment.
One in the hand. This is the best jingle we could come up with. Go ahead and try to make a better one.
It is time for the second segment.
It is indeed.
And that segment is...
One in the hand.
One in the hand. Now, for everybody out there wondering, thinking, what in the blue hell is one in the hand? Well, every week we come up with... Well, we add to our list of essentially... We've come up with our own sort of fictional card game. It's a bit like Top Trumps, in a way. But except for being for a certain category of things, like fast cars or movie characters or
skyscrapers.
Is there a skyscraper Top Trump?
It was very cool.
I mean, I'd say that's cool up to a point.
Yeah.
I mean...
So the stats were height, the age of the building.
Right. Was higher better, or was older better, or younger better?
I said older was better. And the reason why...
Oh, right, so it's just up to interpretation.
Well, the reason why I did that was because otherwise the Leaning Tower of Pisa would be the most shit building in the whole deck. It would have nothing going for it. It would have all
To be fair, it is literally structurally flawed.
Right. Wonky it was the oldest. I think it was like the 1300s.
Right.
So it was the tallest.
Yes.
And then it was old. Cubic capacity.
Right.
Lifts. How many lifts it had.
Right.
And that was it.
I mean, right. Now, my logic of that being exciting up to a point is that, let's say, with concept of fast cars, if you had the idea in your head of a Ferrari 430 going up against a Koenigsegg CCX, for example, that's exciting. If you had, I remember one I always had was Doctor Who characters, having the idea of a Cyberman going up against the Sycorax, that is quite cool. Two buildings, they're just kind of there. They're not going to fight, are they?
No.
They just...
Yeah, it kind of does reach a... Yeah, you don't even need to bring them closer to compare them. You just take a picture of one, then you move to the other and take another picture of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty flawed, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, credit to him for trying, but, it's...
Maybe that's why they didn't do another one.
Maybe. Or maybe they just ran out of tall buildings.
Probably. Right.
I reckon it's a combination of those two.
Are we going to do the thing where I'm sure I've asked before, but we're going to start a new season at 30 or 32? Because then there's like a complete deck.
Well,
I think we might as well. Assuming it rolls on, or come up with like a season.
Well,
have a season of this.
Well, I think the only reason why we would ever need a season of this would be if we actually made them.
Which would be cool.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
But we're not in the position to make them right now.
No.
So... Oh, actually, hang on. I mean, right. I highly doubt we are ever going to get to this point. But if we ever did, like, let's say, a live show, get two people out of the audience, give them each half of a deck, have them play...
I feel like I wouldn't have to play them, to be honest.
Actually, yeah, us two members from the audience. But anyway, I got a bit distracted. So yeah, instead of doing like things like that, we do it for everything you can possibly imagine.
Everything in life.
Including Mr. Blobby, Cones, Pringles, a Leech, and Julius Caesar. Those are some of the entries that we have.
Yeah.
Normally I plan which ones to say. I was literally just scrolling up the documents file. But if you're wondering, well, Top Trumps has values. So how can you have values, but for all of life? What can you do to encapsulate everything? Well, we've tried our best. Because when I was coming up with these, I thought of speed is a good term to have, intelligence, and then I got a bit stuck. So I resorted to what I know. So the other four are style, control, damage, and aggression.
I like them. I've liked them, Frank.
Yes.
I literally
thank you for confirming
at this point,
that.
I don't know what to say because we've gone through it so many times. It's like, if you don't know these by now,
Well,
what the fuck are you doing?
New listeners, Tim.
Oh, yeah. Welcome.
Hi. How are you doing it so far? Actually, on that note, I may as well bring up, you know how I had that appeal out to listeners to say, please, if you've listened, whether it be for 5 minutes or all of the episodes, then please do contact us and let us know. Mm-hmm. Would you like to know how many contacts we got? None.
Are you sure? Have you checked the email?
I've checked.
And the Twitter?
Yes.
Is it Instagram? No,
we're not on Instagram.
No.
I mean, I'm not on Instagram, so I'm not going to set up ones for the other
Facebook?
account yet.
Twitter?
I haven't set them up on Facebook.
You haven't got a Facebook?
No. Maybe that'd be a good idea.
The Twitter?
None from Twitter and none on email. Oh, and also each card has a special skill. Almost forgot to mention
Oh my god! Guys, just listen, please. Why did we not? We forgot to announce at the very beginning.
What?
We forgot to announce the whole messages email.
Did we?
Yeah,
Oh, well, we didn't get any, so, I mean...
good point. Should we just accept that they don't exist?
We could,
Welcome, Void.
or just if, because we need to know you exist, if there are people out there, then it is no longer an ask, it is an obligation. If you have heard these words, now you have to get in contact with us, whether that be on the email twointhebushpodcast@gmail.com or on Twitter @twoinbushpod. Do it. We need to know you're there.
Just so we know you're not all bots.
Yes. Also, actually, quickly on that
That made me
note,
feel. I feel really lonely now.
there is a
You told me that we're nearly reaching 900 views, but now I'm just thinking these are all just nothing.
don't have an existential crisis now, please. At the very least, say that for off pod.
Not a single person has ever got back to us.
I mean, I'm sure people listen, but nobody's got back. So, if you don't want to make Tim sad, because why would you want to make Tim sad? I wouldn't want to make Tim sad if I in any situation.
Don't make him sad.
So don't make Tim sad, and email us,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you.
Also, what I was going to get to is that there is a such thing as the British Podcast Awards, right? And they've normally got all of the awards are kind of nominated and what have you, but for the Fans' Choice Award, you can vote for any podcast in the UK. Anyone. Basically anyone that's on the iTunes library. Because I checked. So hypothetically, and I have been tempted to vote for us, it would do nothing. It would do nothing at all. We would be nowhere near anywhere in that award. But I just love the idea that somebody would be looking through the votes and just think, who the fuck are these guys?
I'm just shaking my head.
Tim is just shaking his head. So anyway,
Hey guys, hey Void,
Hey Void.
if you want to vote for us, sure.
Speaking of Void, space.
Yeah.
Because both of our picks, inadvertently for this week, have got to do with space.
Star Wars.
Yeah, well, not for episodes ending with a 0 and a 5, we do wildcard rounds. We can choose anything we like. We're racking our brains, and we came up with 2 Star Wars characters.
I'm still yet to see the new trailer. Is it any good?
It looks alright, yeah.
Like, does it look
good.
alright as in...
As in...
Star Wars.
Well, I mean, it's a trailer.
I'm going to see it anyway. Doesn't matter.
It is a trailer. You can't get too much from a trailer.
No, which is good. You don't want to.
I mean, Rey does flip over an X-wing? A ship at one point.
Cool.
What else happens? Kylo Ren goes all killy people.
Is he evil anymore?
I mean, he probably... Look, we're wasting time at this stage. So...
Let's go straight into it.
Right, so for my character, it's going to be someone who turned up in that trailer right at the end. Or at the very least, his voice did. He's probably not coming back. He was probably just...
No, how was his laugh again?
It was like... No, it was like a...
It was a good laugh. It was a really good evil laugh. I think it was one of the best.
This is turning into your first impressions. I think yours is closer. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, so we're going for Palpatine. Right, so let's just move straight on into it. Let's go for speed.
He's a quick.
Surprisingly quick. When he faced Yoda that time in episode 3, when they were all doing all them flips. All them CGI flips. It looked like it was like a kid just playing with toys.
So terrible. Master Windu.
Hello there. He's killed the younglings.
Okay.
He's
He's surprisingly quick. He was pretty quick moving around
in episode 3, but he wasn't
necessarily Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Right.
He was quick.
But
original.
at what point of Palpatine are we going to take him at?
He's quick. He's quickest.
His quickest, so episode 3.
Do you think would you say Usain Bolt at the age of 80? He's not that quick, is he?
True, I know, but Palpatine isn't defined by his quickness. He's defined by his evilness. I would say he's most evil in Episode 6. Well, he's also his slowest because he's an old boy.
Well, I think it's more just the fault. He just that big electrical. I'm not sure. I used to watch Star Wars videos, but then do you know this sounds like a really sore loser? But I'm going to tell you anyway. So I used to watch these Star Wars lore videos.
Right, fair enough.
By this guy called Star Wars Explained.
I've watched him.
Yeah.
Before.
I watched him, and he had a thing for like winning a lightsaber. I was like, holy shit! And then I didn't win. I knew I wouldn't win, but then I just stopped watching his videos after that. I was like,
he's salty.
I was just like,
oh dear.
Give up.
Right, so I'm just trying for comparison.
Oh, do you know why? It's because they said, "Oh, I'll announce the winner in the next 3 days," and I just found out by chance.
Oh,
There was no. He never publicly posted anything on his Twitter or his Facebook. I was scouring.
we are really rambly today.
I'm sorry. This is my nonsensical cold brain.
Should we go 30 odd?
30.
30, because he is still old. So, 30. Intelligence, I think got to be high. Got to be high.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. No one else seems to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim's just nodding with his tongue out, not unlike Snoke when he got cut in half.
How old is he?
He's
old.
Yeah, he's quite old.
He's like 90.
Although, in Episode 3, until he used his Force lightning, he must have been using very good anti-aging cream.
Yeah, I suppose he could use the Force to cover up his... When you use the Force, you become corrupted. Fuck.
I mean, this isn't necessarily intelligence. This will move on to that will move on to style. But I think for intelligence, I think we have to go for at least 40.
45.
45.
I mean,
given he uses the Force, I'm going to say 45. Because
cool.
I imagine you have to be vaguely intelligent to use the Force.
Yeah.
Now, going on to style, he uses that anti-aging cream. He's got his look of dark capes, and
also he managed to.
Also, did you ever see what Palpatine originally looked like in Episode 4?
Fucking terrible.
He looked like somebody had glued an apple and a tennis ball onto a rotting watermelon.
I thought he looked like was something I made in primary school, which was getting a balloon, paper mache covering a balloon.
Actually, yes,
and then creating a face.
That's probably how they made it.
Or he looked like kind of Brian Peppers, if anybody remembers Brian Peppers.
Let's not bring those memories
Let's
back.
not bring those memories back.
So, but he's got his look, and when he's not a papier-mâché balloon, looks quite good. So I think, but given that he can also be a papier-mâché balloon, it's kind of a risk. So should we go straight down the middle at 25?
I know people complain about them changing Episode 4, right?
But some of them are for the better.
Were better. Some changes were for the better.
Actually, while we're on these,
some were really pointless.
Well, yeah, while we're on this train of thought, are you a hand shot first kind of guy or a Grudo shot first kind of guy?
Ooh.
I quite thunderingly do not care because what's his name? Harrison Ford doesn't.
Well, if you watch when you watch it as Han Solo shot first, it makes sense.
I think if I were to nail,
it doesn't make sense. That Grudo, what's his name? Sorry,
I think I said Grudo. It might not be Grudo.
It doesn't make sense.
It's vaguely similar to that.
Doesn't make sense that he shot first, does it?
Yeah.
Why does that make sense?
I think the idea was to make Han not look like a dick, but that's kind of forgets the point that they say. Obi-Wan says when they go in there, there's never been a place full of more scum and villainy.
Yeah.
So of course he's going to be a bit. And there's always that meme which always comes up whenever you search Hastings memes, which is I've never seen such a place full of vile scum and villainy.
Yeah.
And then it turns in there on the East Hill.
I'm of the opinion that Han shot first. I don't understand why it makes it better if Greedo, I think his name was.
Greedo probably is right.
Why it makes sense that
he's greedy, but he's so greedy that he went back and edited the film so he shot first.
Why does it make sense that he shoots? Why does it make it more compelling? It doesn't.
It doesn't really. It makes no difference.
Have you seen the original edit to how they made him look like he dodged the bullet? It looks like he dislocated his shoulder.
just
because they've had to edit that so many times now.
That'd be
the original edit looks shit. It just looked like he's kind of dislocated his shoulder to dodge the bullet.
That'd be a real twist to Star Wars if it turns out that Han Solo is double jointed.
Would it be a twist?
Would it be a twist on his joints? Certainly.
Yeah, it would.
Um,
But it was really weird. It didn't enhance it any.
we're still waffling here. So style for Palpatine.
Palpatine.
I'll let you make the call.
I do like his style.
Yeah.
I especially liked him when he was just normal Chancellor Palpatine.
Oh, he actually was
You know,
quite
dashing,
dapper,
dapper.
I'd say.
30,
He looked
30 something, 32.
32. Because I'm going to say, when you had, what's her face, the princess, I can't even remember her name, Padme, with the whole weird kimono hair thing going on. He looked like a man in a suit who just walked into a tribal gathering. It was, but in space. But oh, hang on, this is going to be big. I think Palpatine's going to be a very good card. Control.
Ugh.
I mean, literal control over the Galactic Senate.
Such good, yeah.
Execute Order 66.
I don't understand. I think he used the Force a little bit there. They just obeyed it without question.
I don't know why this joke came to my head. It's completely pointless. But I've just got this idea of the whole the picture of the Obi-Wan going into the town, trying to hide from the guards.
Yeah.
Photoshop David Cameron's face on it. This is not the referendum you're looking for. They just get a shot. I think, again, another high 40s for control.
Am I allowed to show you this video now, by the way?
Probably not.
Can I just show you visually without the audio?
Well, Tim, we are still recording here.
Yeah,
and
good point.
We've been waffling for a while, so we're low on time.
Okay, so we're on control. High control. He controlled the whole empire for a very long time. To be honest, I don't know how you could be any higher than more. Unless he was omnipotent, so he's going to have to be 40-something.
I'm thinking 48.
Wow, 48? Yeah, go for it.
Were you thinking higher or lower?
No, actually, no.
Okay, 46.
46.
46. Damage. Force lightning can fuck you up.
He was the brainchild behind the Death Star.
He was.
That was a pretty big fuck up.
And that damages a lot, but he isn't in control of the Death Star at the time. It's just him. And Force lightning can mess you up.
He created a whole war.
I mean, it messed... Yeah.
He created a whole war.
But again, I think this is going more
between the CIS and the Republic.
I think this is going into aggression.
No, he created... That's... So what was this? Sorry, control?
This is damage.
Well, the war was pretty damaging.
I know, but he didn't do it himself.
Yes, he did.
He may have caused the war, but he didn't shoot all the guns.
Would you... I know every conversation evolves to this, but was Hitler responsible... Actually, no, well, not actually Hitler. It was Himmler, sorry. Was Himmler responsible for the Holocaust? Or was it all his minions, as it were, like, who controlled the camps? Or is it a bit of both?
Okay, right. So what are you suggesting for damage score then?
High.
Okay.
Very high.
Very high.
Very high.
39?
Higher than that.
I don't think you can go past 40.
He destroyed a whole planet, man.
No, the laser did though. He didn't do it. Look, Tim. In this hypothetical situation, let's say he is facing off with Mr. Blobby. Those two are going at it mano a mano. The Death Star and the wars and the battles are not going to be relevant for Palpatine when he's facing down and Blobby is at the other end of the corridor.
If I'm holding my finger on a button to drop a nuclear bomb, do I cause the destruction of the city or does the bomb do it?
Well, yes, but he's not. But in this situation, he's not going to be in a situation where he's going to drop a nuclear bomb. He's in a situation where Soulband, Earth, Wind, and Fire are coming at him, wielding saxophones and Stratocasters, and Nuke is not going to help him there. He has to use his lightning.
Well, that's perfectly still powerful then.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm not saying it's not going to be powerful. I'm just saying it shouldn't be like.
But is power merely just physical, or is it more like, what's the word? He's the puppet master.
In this situation, it would be physical.
Fine, we'll give him like 40 something because he's still fucking powerful.
It is still pretty powerful. I do quite like the idea that if Earth, Wind, and Fire are coming at him, he uses Force Lightning, it hits the Stratocaster, somehow amplifies it. So they go and whack, and they whack him with it, and it just wails out a power cord.
Okay, man, as well.
We'll go for. I'm thinking 39
Why?
because
How could he be any more powerful? He can use the Force.
we're still powerful. Yes.
Okay, how could he be more powerful?
Well,
Tell me how he could be more powerful.
he could have a gun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right, look, Tim. I'm going to look. But Tim, actually, Tim.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, his power isn't going to be massive because from memory the damage score is relative
To what?
to their world.
Yeah.
It's not going to be massively hard because we gave the very hungry caterpillar 46 damage.
Yes, that was relative to his world, yeah.
So, but relative to Palpatine's world, could he take down like an 80-80?
Yeah, easily. Easily. He could just go and smack into the ground. Yes, he could. Absolutely.
Look, Tim. Okay, right. For time saving reasons.
Yeah, 40.
We
Bam, 46, 43. There you go.
okay. 43.
Tell me
If
what.
you
I
insist.
know you want to give him a weakness, but he's Palpatine. He ruled the fucking Empire for years.
Tim, I'm
For
not
years.
worried about that anymore. What I'm worried about is that we try and give each section half an hour.
Cool.
We've got 8 minutes to do his aggression special and your character.
That's
and
fine.
just
We
not
can do
the
it. We can do it. We
microphone.
can do it. Sorry, we can do it. Next one.
Right. Okay. Aggression. I mean,
I would say the Empire's policy was pretty aggressive.
yes. I mean, in person he was quite calm.
Passive aggressive.
Well, most of the time he tried to be calm. He wasn't particularly calm when he was force-lightning window.
Oh, this is the best example of passive aggressive.
True.
Do you want to hear the best example of passive aggressive?
Yes.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah. Do it.
To wield the Force, the dark side, you have to be angry.
True.
Hatred.
That is gonna. So what score are you
And
suggesting?
him considering being the leader,
Yeah. Okay. What score are you suggesting?
this is for
Aggression.
aggression. It's got-
This is a
There hasn't
mad
been-
card.
There hasn't been anybody who overtook him. Nobody. Right. Remember this. Nobody beat him in aggression.
Darth Vader. Gun.
No, he didn't.
Actually, no.
Not in aggression.
He beat him on compassion.
He exactly right. Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody ever took Darth Sidious. I mean, you could argue what's his name, guy who got chopped in half.
Snoke.
Snoke, right? But Snoke and
We got cut in
Sidious
half.
were never in the same place at the same time.
So
48.
48.
Please tell me how he could be more aggressive.
That is. It's a mad thing, but I can't. I mean, special
But
skills.
it was. Do it.
I was wondering whether it was going to go to do it, but I think it just has to be.
I mean, maybe we can elaborate it to make it more complicated than it actually is.
So no, what it is do it. It's labelled as do it, but what it actually means is that his minion cuts your head off with 2 lightsabers.
It's like persuasive.
It's just gonna be labelled as do it, but
Do it. Just do it.
just Nike advert.
Do it.
Okay, I'm changing it. It's gonna be labelled as Nike advert.
No, just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
No, you said do it.
I know, just do it.
Do it. No, get rid of the just. There's no just. It's just fuck.
It's just fuck.
Do it.
Right, okay, I'm gonna write it down as
Don't
do
put
it.
just do it. It's
Do it.
do it.
Right, okay. Okay, now your character, Tim. Jesus Christ, you have 5 minutes.
I can do this. What's his name again? Admiral Akbar.
Fish boy.
Fish boy.
It's a trap boy.
Unfortunately, his name hasn't held up particularly well in modern society, but we will ignore
Well,
that.
that's
That's
look,
not his
the only
fault.
reason that we were worried about that is because before off pod we were talking about some slight issues with episode 8 and how it should have been Admiral Akbar who sacrificed himself.
Yeah,
And then I realised, hang on, if his name is Akbar,
that's quite distasteful.
and he's
Although,
doing
not many people actually know his name, so and it's not his fault. That's
no,
the-
it's not.
Anyway,
It's not his fault.
So the first
Right?
one.
Okay. Speed. Now, if he had have done that light speed into the thing, would have been very fast.
Yeah,
But again, this is just assuming that he's not on a ship. I don't think we've ever seen... Actually, no, we have seen him on the ground, so we have seen him off of a ship.
also he didn't realise it was he went straight into the trap, so he's not very quick mentally.
That goes more into intelligence, but
It's reaction.
but I don't think it has to be very high.
No.
Because also, if he's a fish, does that mean he also breathes through gills?
No.
In the air, that would probably cause you issues.
No. He... 12.
12 speed.
Although he did swim around that chair pretty quickly.
Yeah, but
We'll
he's
give
not.
him 15.
Well, he's not going to be on his chair.
Yeah, 15.
I mean,
He swam around quicker than
comparison. When we made for the first thing we gave ourselves scores.
Yeah.
My speed is 15. So do you think if me and Admiral Akbar had a foot race that it would be even Stevens?
Yes.
That's probably fair. So 15 it is. Intelligence.
He was an admiral.
He
Big
was.
fleet twice or
Yes.
once. Both times.
And
he
I think you say that he went into the trap, but he was the first person to realise that it was a trap. Mm-hmm. Quite emphatically, in fact.
Yes.
So I think, given how high he is up on the Star Wars...
38!
You said that... 38?
I just feel like there was nobody smarter on the light side that didn't have the Force.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Style. I mean...
He just wore white. He just wore white and he was kind of like a terracotta coloured.
He looked like... I reckon you could slip him in a UN task force and no one will notice.
UN task force.
Because they wear white.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Just...
Well, white... And also, white is either a colour that is either really in or really not in. So it's a big risk. So I think overall it has to be low.
Yeah. There's no real style. It's just him.
Let's go for 7.
7.
7 style, because again, it could go right, but you know.
You couldn't imagine him in anything else.
Control.
I would imagine he'd fit in perfectly in Star Trek.
I reckon most things in Star Wars would, let's be honest.
Right. But you know the outfits they wear on the Enterprise?
Oh, yes.
Are they stylish? They're not really, are they?
Not
They're
particularly.
just so bland, their outfits. So...
But the point of the outfit is to show what rank they have.
Yeah.
That's what the different colours
It's a bit
are.
shit, isn't it?
But, you know.
I guess they already do that in the army. That's not the point. Anyway, so,
Right.
next one.
Control. I think he's an admiral.
He is an admiral. Not as much control as this Darth Sidious.
No.
Not as much control. Who was the actual leader of the... Oh,
Was it Mon Mothma?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was Mon Mothma. She was the leader of the rebellion, I think. Tell you what, Mon Mothma was so much better than Pink Lady.
Actually, why did Mon Mothma die?
I think they just killed her off. Yeah.
Well, when did she die?
I don't know.
Well, if you died before episode 8, then that's fine. If she died in episode 8, why didn't you just have her be the sacrificial person instead of Galactic Umbrage?
Oh, I think she might have died in one of the planets that got glassed by the death from
Sorry, I've never heard a laser, a big laser gun being described as something being hit with a laser being getting glassed.
Oh, you don't know that one?
You get glassed in a pub.
Oh, okay. So the expression glass means it's a thing. It's a thing.
I love the idea of going back to Independence Day.
Yeah.
Breaking news: White House gets glassed.
Right. When lightning hits the ground, it can happen where...
Oh, when it hits sand?
That's what I mean by glassed.
Right, okay.
I mean as in when something gets so hot it becomes molten, and then it's so quick, it turns to glass.
Right, okay.
Or, yeah, crystally. I mean, it got more than glass. The planets got absolutely annihilated. It was episode 7. What was the ship? What was it? Starkiller Base.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know about Starkiller Base? I wish he'd survived.
Well, it would probably be too powerful if it survived.
Yeah. Well, maybe made it like episode... I think it should have been destroyed at the end of episode 8. Because then episode 9, at that point, would kind of be both sides of the last straw.
At the end of the episode 9 trailer...
Yeah.
They find some of the wreckage of one of the Death Stars.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's only chance to fuck off laser.
It is the big dome bit, yeah.
And they're just going to attach it to AA batteries. And just...
come on, mate. Lithium batteries, come on.
Or car batteries.
It just turns out Star Wars Episode 9 is just the latest series of Robot Wars. It's just got the Death Star laser.
Yeah.
But anyway, control for Akbar. 35? Higher or lower? Lower?
Lower.
31.
31.
31. Damage. Now. Again, because we haven't seen him ever wield any sort of weaponry.
No.
So we assume he'd be going at him with his fist/finge.
Well, his weapon of choice is an armada.
Yes, but again, in this hypothetical situation, he's not going to be bringing his armada with him.
He's like Stephen Hawking. He's all brain, no,
Right.
you never
Actually,
seen
didn't you, at one point you said that your next wildcard round was going to be Stephen Hawking?
Yeah, there we go.
You forgot that.
That's right.
and it will also be forgotten by the time we next do this in episode 45.
Sorry, Stephen.
Sorry, but I'd say also he seems like he seems like an older chap to me because you very rarely see a young admiral.
I think they all live. I don't think they live very long. You know.
Oh, what, the species?
Yeah.
So we're going to try and find the species. Because I reckon I can find the species online. But just feel for a second.
What do you want me to talk about? Anything.
This is weird. Because it's just got on, I've Googled it.
Yeah.
It's like location, Mon Calamari.
Mm-hmm.
Species, Mon Calamari.
There we go then.
Also, apparently, he does own a blaster pistol. It says weapons.
Yeah, that's like pretty standard.
Yeah, but, you know. But
That's
it's
like-
still a weapon.
Yeah, but it's not.
I'm going to go on to Wikipedia now to try and find the lifespan
Wikipedia.
of the Mon
Either they live for a
Calamari.
long.
Which, by the way, can I
know-
just put out Mon Calamari is an awful name?
I do know that their species are known for being great tacticians,
Right, okay.
and are just known for not being suicidal. But death is not off the table. Like if death, like them committing suicide or something for the greater good, they'll do it.
Well, I'm just opening the thing here, and it says physical characteristics. It says skin colour, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bullet points for skin colour.
Okay.
They are brown, cyan, blue, gold, green, grey, mottle, orange, pink, red, reddish brown, salmon, and white.
I think
So basically, they can be any colour.
they're like octopuses. At that
Octopi,
point. They're really
yeah.
octopi. Is it octopi?
That is the plural of octopuses.
I just got Shrek.
Apologies.
Right.
Knock knock.
I know this joke. Fuck off.
There you go.
I've watched QI.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, so apologies.
Okay. Bad. You're going to try and claim that for your own.
Right? Well, as if QI came up with that knock knock joke.
Might have done. You never know.
But I can't find a lifespan here.
That's alright. Should we just move on? Sorry, let's move on. So what we say? What was this
It's
for?
damage.
Damage pretty minimal. I'm going to say 15.
I think 15's good. 15 damage. Aggression. No, I don't think there's much aggression.
No, it's not aggression. He doesn't fuel by anger. He just fuels by tactic.
Yeah, so
You can hear he's got aggressive tactics. That's just what you need to win a fight.
yeah, so no, he's going to teleport behind you and say, "Nothing personal, kid."
Nothing personal, kid.
10?
10, yeah.
10 aggression. And special skill, identifying traps.
Identifying traps.
And I think that brings us to the end. We've overran a tad bit.
That's alright.
But, you know, that's what happens when you really waffle about just a bunch of things.
Just a bunch of things. It's alright.
It's fine. So, next segment?
Next segment.
Almost satire.
Your stomach started making noises there, or your throat did. I thought you were about to burp.
I think it was my throat.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Shall we persevere?
yes, let's persevere. Let's stick with this because throat noises be damned. I've got the chance to get my first points on the board for almost satire.
Yes, you do. Because it's
Well,
now
technically.
my turn.
Well, actually, technically though, if you got it wrong, that is still points on your board that I have.
Yeah.
But I have no points on my board.
What's the score at the moment? Is it 4-0?
3-0.
3-0. I mean, it's still not terrible. I mean, technically it's a 100% loss, right?
Yeah,
But that is closer. Actually, not. Is it not closer, really?
Well, are you going to say closer to your?
It's 3-0, okay? If you had got the last one, that would have been bang
I mean,
on average.
incidentally,
Yeah.
if we conclude that you getting it right on your game and me getting it wrong on your game are both wins for you.
Yeah.
You have the same number of wins in both games.
Yes.
Except on my one, I have none, and on your one, I have 9.
Oof. I'm currently 1 in 4 at the moment, and it's a 1 in 3 guess.
But I'm none in all.
It's sad the fact I'm really below average. Although I think,
I mean, well, we do kind of realise that my game is a bit harder than yours.
because it's augmented truth.
Yes, so it's. But
Although, as I said, we don't know if any of these are based on truths or they just completely fabricate.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Maybe I should look it up. I can't be asked.
No.
It's a nice just mystery.
Yes.
Are you ready? Should we dive straight into
Now, what
it?
we do every time on All My Satire, for those new viewers who are probably a bit confused by our last chat, but never mind. What we do is we take 3 news stories, but one of them is incorrect. It is fabricated. And it is our co-host's job to listen to those stories and try and figure out which one is the fake one. Now, what I do for this when I'm quizzing Tim on every odd-numbered episode, if you want to go and get to them now, well, every odd-numbered episode to a point. Before a certain point, can't remember which episode, I probably could figure it out, but
8
can't be
episodes
asked.
ago.
I think it would have been about 6 or 7.
I think it's 7 or 8 because this is the 4th one.
Yes, it would have been 7 or 8 episodes ago.
7.
7 episodes. It would have it was just me doing it every time to Tim.
Yeah.
But Tim got a gift called the Fake News Game
Christmas, I think.
for Christmas, for Crimbo. And he decided, well, it's a resource that we could use.
It is exactly this, the essence of this.
So he uses those cards, two real ones and 1 fake one. Mm-hmm. Which, yeah, we have said it's probably a tad bit harder, but for me, but...
I thought we just said mine's a tad harder. When I'm having to go against you, it's harder because it's augmented truth.
No, I think mine's a bit harder because on my one they are recent and they are.
I mean, these aren't exactly old.
They're not old.
They're like
but they
2
are.
years old tops.
Yeah, but I think that
3 years old now.
because that gives you more of a range of things. It's. But I'm hoping that mine is harder because then that explains my score.
Sure. I will find out, I guess.
Yeah.
Shall we dive in?
Yes. I mean, it would be quite a momentous occasion for episode 40.
This game is, by the way, just called the news game. It's like a simple card
Oh, it's not
game.
called the Fake News Game?
Nope, it's called the news game.
Right, okay.
It's a simple card game called the news game.
I wonder if there's a Fake News Game is already trademarked.
Probably. It looks pretty good. I'll say it's a good Boxing Day present. Or a Secret Santa present.
Right.
For your your news reading. What are you doing?
I'm just checking what the time was
Oh, it's only
on the
4
thing.
minutes. Are you ready?
So I can set a timer. Yes, I am ready.
We shall start with the first story.
He's shuffling. He's shuffling. Every day he is shuffling. Every day. It is every day he's shuffling, bro, with his Disney Channel flow.
This one.
Okay.
Ooh, what are we going to go for that one?
I mean,
Yes.
at what point do I tell you to cut to the chase?
Are we ready for this?
Yes.
So this was the 11th of July, 2016.
2016. Mm-hmm. What a year.
3 years ago.
What a odd year.
What happened in 20... Oh, no.
Yeah, we discussed it earlier in the podcast.
Brexit and Trump.
Yes.
Man spends a year inside a Fiat Panda.
Right.
Man in France has won a bet with friends by spending an entire year inside a Fiat Panda.
Hold on. Normally, I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't think friends is the right word there. Because you've essentially said, I will give you £10 if you fuck off for a year.
Fuck off in a car for a year.
Look, they're not going to be hanging out if he's staying in a Fiat Panda, are they? You're not going to be able to get that in a bar.
I haven't actually even got to the point where it's money.
Oh, right, okay. Well, carry on.
A man in France has won a bet with friends by spending an entire year inside of the Fiat Panda. 10 friends all offered to give Hugo Diaz €1,000 if he could complete the feat.
Each or combined?
10 friends all offered to give 1,000 each.
1,000 each?
That's 10,000.
That's not too bad.
You could.
I mean, I can only assume this bloke doesn't have a job.
Well, I hope not. Imagine if he did. Do you know what? He would work well in McDonald's.
He would. So what? So he becomes like a weird kind of like an opposite drive-through. Where you just wait in your car and the Fiat Panda turns up and lobs the McNuggets and milkshakes at you through the window.
Or delivery service.
Probably delivery service. It's probably, if his job was already to be a delivery for like a fast food chain or something like that, that would work. Is there any other jobs you could do from a car? I suppose if you work freelance,
career,
you could if you work freelance, as long as you had some sort of Wi-Fi in your car, you could probably just email in your documents or whatever it might be from there.
Just make an office out of it,
or just park outside a library and nick their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just outside, or just
or anywhere with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, anywhere, because everyone's got Wi-Fi. I would think you could be a courier, like a. The only problem you wouldn't be able to help.
The problem is he's getting the package out of the car.
You're saying you had to put as a citation. I can't help you. I can't help you put things in the car. I just merely deliver.
You've just got like some sort of air kind of like not processed air, pressurised air. They're like cannon sort of system out of a sunroof. So your package is arriving.
Opens the what's it called, the sunroof.
Yeah, that's what I said, out of the sunroof. I like the idea of this tangent of what jobs could you do from a car.
I haven't even finished the story yet.
Okay.
Well, you were right. We are rambling today, aren't we?
Yeah.
€1,000 if you could complete the feat, and a local betting firm doubled the tally and sponsored the challenge.
Okay, now at that point, that is a good financial incentive.
After winning the bet, Diaz had to spend a week building
in a shower.
In a shower, probably.
Because he can't wash himself, can he?
I would assume he probably would try and make it into like
not a Fiat Panda.
Which one's a Fiat Panda?
The small one. It's the one that James May has. The boxy
I'm
one.
getting mixed up. Oh, it is a boxy one.
Yeah.
Is it like a Sandero?
I think it's smaller than the Sandero.
Smaller than the Sandero.
Slightly smaller than the Sandero, not massively smaller.
It's like the boxy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Postman Pat's van.
In many ways, yes.
Just slightly less.
Maybe that was the job he had.
He used to be a postman.
He was Postman Pat.
Yeah, postman, although...
Did he have a black and white cat with him on this journey?
Actually,
it'd be pretty shit for the cat if the cat also couldn't leave.
It would be a black and noir Le Chat. That was failed French.
You just said it was a black and black cat.
No! Blank!
It would be...
Blank!
Yeah, but no, you said noir.
I said blank.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. I thought you just said black and noir.
Black and black, and then cat was chat, wasn't it?
Yeah, chat is cat. Chat noir blanc.
There you go.
There you go.
GCSE
French. I got a D.
You could do GCSE French, didn't you?
Yes.
How did you do?
I just said I got a D.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was it French? If you I did French and Spanish. One
of
them I got a D in. Yes.
You're mad.
I know.
Cray, man.
Boy, did I know it when I was in those lessons.
After winning the bet, Diaz...
You've already said that. Diaz...
has had to spend a week building the muscles up in his legs to be able to walk.
You're not doing much accelerating then.
No. Probably just stationary, just...
Oh, no, I reckon when it... Oh, hello, your phone's going off.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Actually, hang on. If he can't get out the car, surely he can't fill it up with petrol. You're getting a cool...
Oh, I was muted. It was alright. So, apologies.
Yeah, but surely he can't fill up the car with petrol.
No.
Or he could get... I don't know. He could... I suppose if he picked someone up and said, "Hi, I'm stuck in this Fiat Panda. Can you pump the fuel for me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you the cash to go into the thing and pay."
I think it's entirely workable.
Yeah,
if people are aware
if his
of
mates are helping him out, because I would in that case. Because I mean,
although is it your incentive for him to fail at that point? My phone is still ringing. Maybe I should take this call. Is that alright if I take the call?
I mean, we're in the middle of this.
When can we pause and just carry on?
I suppose so. But
I'll be back in a second. Don't look at the rest of the things. That'll be cheating.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Tim had to take a call, and then
That's
didn't
right.
take the call, and
No.
then he called the person, and the phone was off.
Yeah, well, you know, there we are.
That
Anyway,
is what happens. And move on to your second car, because we spent plenty of time
We'll
on
try
it.
and be a bit more prompt. You ready?
Well, maybe not prompt, but just be aware that there may be a phone call.
We'll go for...
Please be... Actually, Tim, right, how about this? For a wager, if the phone rings again,
Yeah.
I will pick it up.
No. You ready? Cats... Okay, here we go. This was the 31st of March 2017.
Right, okay.
Cat's life saved by vodka. Princess...
Right.
Sorry.
Princess?
I was just going to read it. I was going to read the whole
Okay,
thing.
right, fair enough.
Try me prompt. Princess, a 7-year-old baby tabby cat, was saved... Sorry, I don't know where I got the word baby from. Sorry.
A baby tabby
A
cat.
7-year-old tabby cat was saved from the brink of death by a vodka drip. Her owner found her soaking wet and covered in poisonous brake fluid, which she had ingested after trying to lick herself clean. The vets grabbed a bottle of vodka from a nearby off-license and used the high-strength spirit to counter the effects of the poison, saving her life.
Right, okay. Now, brake fluid.
Mm-hmm.
What situation is that this cat found itself in that brake fluid is presumably leaking in such a way that the cat is covered in it?
Ran over.
Well, if it's been ran over, I think it's got slightly bigger issues than ingesting brake fluid.
I wonder if the owner...
Unless if it leaked up into the brake system, and this cat was now integral of stopping the car with the claws. I like to imagine
Ooh.
puncturing the tyres.
Princess, a 7-year-old, was saved from the brink of death by a vodka drip. Her owner found her soaking wet and covered in poisonous brake fluid, which just found her, which she had ingested after trying to lick herself clean. The vets grabbed a bottle of vodka from a nearby off-license and used the high-strength spirit to counter the effects of the poison and saving her life.
Okay, right. So right. I've got those stuff in my head, but I do need to hear the third story.
Sure. Okay. Oh,
Have you just?
shit. It's the same date. 31st of March,
Oh.
2017.
Oh, what? So, hang on. The same date as which one?
Sorry, just about the cat.
Oh, right. Okay.
Same date.
Same day.
Former,
Could that be a clue?
da, da, da. Former Baywatch star
Pamela Anderson?
I've never watched Bay. Have you watched Baywatch?
I'm just aware.
Okay, you're just aware. Declares-
I haven't watched Baywatch, but I just know that Pamela Anderson was in it.
Declares love for WikiLeaks.
Julian Assange, I've heard of this. This happened.
Did it happen?
She went to visit him in the Ecuadorian embassy, am I right? This is surprisingly fitting given he's just been kicked out.
A love for exile. WikiLeaks. Who was he? Which embassy was he in?
Ecuadorian.
Why is he Was he Ecuadorian or?
He was seeking asylum, if memory serves. In Ecuador.
Why did they kick him out?
I can't remember.
What were WikiLeaks about?
It was leaking government secrets to
Shit.
online to other people.
Did people see them?
I'd assume so.
What's going to happen to him? I hope he doesn't get
Probably-
extradited.
Also, he has been charged with a rape case in Sweden.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Of course he has.
Yeah.
Damn, he's just not his day, is it? Just not his day.
It's not his day.
Former beach babe and Playboy model Pamela Anderson has gone all political, declaring her love for exiled WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Anderson had been making late-night visits to the Ecuadorian embassy where Assange is in hiding and said he's trying to free the world by educating it. It's a romantic struggle. I love him for this.
To be fair about Julian Assange, and now, admittedly, given he is being convicted of a rape case, it's probably not nice, but from the exterior, he does look like he'd give good hugs.
Really?
He's a slightly portly man. He's kind of like a sort of like a. I mean, only hug him once because otherwise you'll get ideas. But perhaps that could have something to do with it. But I do know this is the first time anything has come up that I've somehow remember that, because my brain is full of random things that I've heard, not normally on podcasts that people bring up in stories or something like that. Where and whenever the information comes up, I just think, oh my god, this happened. So this is the first time I can confirm. In fact, well, there has been a time where you've heard about something happening, but it was a story that I'd fabricated, and I fabricated it in such a way that it didn't really change your mind, which you got quite annoyed about.
Which one was that one
It
again?
was the train one.
Such bollocks.
There you go. So that is handy, and that brings it down to 2. Between the cat covered in brake fluid that got saved by vodka.
Would you like me to... Well, we can now reveal, by the way. Should we reveal now? Actually, no, we won't reveal yet.
I mean, I haven't made my choice yet. So, I mean, I'll tell you what. If the one that I know has happened or has had something similar to happening is the fake one, then I am just gonna jump out the window.
I didn't jump out the window when I raged.
You did walk out though.
I did walk out. That's slightly less aggressive. Ready? Okay, so
it's between the cat
man
fluid
spends
and the
a year
man in the
inside a
Fiat
Fiat Panda and cat's life saved by vodka.
Now, despite the fact that there probably are a couple of logical issues with the man staying in the Fiat Panda, but
It was quite fun.
he has financial incentive. I imagine his friends, if they're willing to help him out and they're not just telling him to go away for £10,000 or whatever it might be, I think that might actually be combined between all of them, not each. But
Not fancying
and then the
Pamela Anderson.
I would, but I know the card is real.
Or is it?
That was a joke about Pamela Anderson, because she's a former model, etc.
Oh,
There you go.
sorry.
Explaining the joke always makes it funnier.
I'm sorry. I did. Okay.
But
Don't think.
I think that the bigger problem here is this cat being full of brake fluid.
Yeah.
It's not full of brake fluid, but it's a cat and it's covered in brake fluid. So there is not for this to have happened. This means that a car would have had to have been taken apart, right? Which means, at the very least, for a situation where brake fluid would be leaking out of somewhere. So there, in all likelihood, there would probably be somebody there, perhaps the fellow owner of said cat, and that owner of the cat should be able to make sure that cat doesn't end up rubbing itself on an expired brake.
Before we make a final decision, would you like me to read both of them one more time?
No, I think I should be fine.
Okay.
And I think if it is based on truth, I think what they want to do is they want to try and get the idea of a vet. They probably, I reckon vets have used vodka or alcohol of some kind.
I'm not a vet.
To treat conditions. And perhaps there has been a case where a vet has had to dive into an off licence to treat an animal, or perhaps not, and the vet is just a raving alcoholic.
I do know that the hand often, those hand cleaning things, right?
Sand sanitizer.
That's alcohol.
Sand sanitizer.
That's alcoholic.
Yeah, it does have alcohol in it.
I don't know if you'd be. I wouldn't
consume it.
No, you'd be pretty desperate at that point.
Yeah.
If the painkiller was working in the hospital.
At that point, you may as well just chuck some white spirit. So, with my best logic that I can come up with, and this is going to hurt more because essentially I know that this is now, instead of being 1 in 3, this is 50-50. I'm going to say that the fake card, the fake story, is the cat being saved by a vodka drip.
Is the fake story.
That is my final answer.
Well, I can inform you that former Baywatch star Pamela Anderson.
You really struggled to say Pamela for some reason.
Parabola.
My particular favourite was Pamela.
Anderson declares love for WikiLeaks Julian Assange is fake. I'm joking.
Okay, I was going to say, the way he looked at me there, it's like, no. It's just, annoyingly, because in this situation, that doesn't actually tell me anything.
No.
But,
Which one would you like me to read next?
I would like.
Either way, you'll find out your destiny.
Well, I will let you make that choice
no,
because
you want to know. You want to.
I know, but you're the host.
I'm the host with the most.
You don't ask me to when I'm being the host in this weird game show that this segment is. But do you just have no idea what to do?
No, okay.
You're just looking for guidance?
I can now tell you.
Oh, hello, beep.
Man spends a year inside a Fit Panda.
There was a car horn that went off. That's why I said beep in the background. It may not have picked up on the mic.
didn't hear it.
Is this a premonition?
A man spends a year in a Fit Panda, inside a Fit Panda. It's fake.
No!
He got denied.
Damn it! Damn blast!
Cat's life was saved by vodka.
Why did the cat get hold of brake fluid?
Don't know. Bad day. I think what happened was the owner ran over the car, regretted its choice. Sorry,
Hold on. The owner ran over the car, presumably in a monster truck.
Right.
Carry on.
Right.
The owner ran over the car in a monster
ran
truck.
over the cat.
The cat went and licked the remains of the car.
I think the owner ran over the cat, regretted its choice, and said it's just covered in brake light fluid. Don't know what happened here.
Hang on, brake light fluid. Brake fluid. It's not brake light fluid.
No, I'm sorry.
God damn it!
I'm going to say now, I picked these out of complete random. I didn't look at them, I just went, boop, 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 picked out 3 cards, obviously I had to check if they were real or fake, didn't look at the stories. I thought the cat one would fool you. I remember reading the Fit Panda one when I actually played this game with my parents, and I was tricked by it as well.
Right. It might just be the Top Gear part of our brains just kicking in.
24 hours.
My first thought when I heard about it would be that maybe they had the idea, they saw that the thing where they spent 24 hours in the smart car.
Yeah.
And just kind of thought, oh, well, let's kind of take that further. But then the other stories come in, and it makes that thought leaves your brain quite quickly. I mean,
Sorry,
I'm going to take the moral victory of being able to know that the Pamela Anderson thing happened.
Sure.
When you played this game with your family, did that card come up?
No.
Okay.
Don't think so. There we go.
But
joins the place
on episode 40, the score goes to 4-0.
4-0.
That to you.
Oh dear.
That is a sad sight for me. And another sad sight for me, and I realise I probably shouldn't bring this up on the podcast, but you've got quite hefty sweat patches on your shirt.
I'm afraid that is the illness. Yeah, I do get hot.
That is
sweats.
Yes, you can't help it.
No.
And
Damn.
on that sweaty note.
Oh, before we continue,
hang on.
I'm going to give this a health and safety warning.
Health and safety warning.
Antiperspirants and deodorants are related to Alzheimer's due to the heavy metal content in deodorants and antiperspirants. Obviously, that gets into the body, and heavy metals are related to development of Alzheimer's. The more you know.
Right. Okay.
So what I'm saying is,
at risk of spreading false medical information, I do not support Tim on this view.
Neither do I. But I'm just ill.
You're just ill.
It doesn't matter what I do.
Trust an ill man when we're talking about illness.
Yes, absolutely.
Move on to the final segment. Boston will do alternatives.
The final segment.
Da-da-da-da.
Don't look at the thing. Don't look at my phone. It's got the answers on it. Shh.
I wasn't looking at your phone. I was actually looking at the door, which is still ajar.
Oh,
I'm going to go and close that.
No,
Oh, and actually, you might just be able to reach.
there
you go. Tim has long arms and skimpy wrists.
Do you reckon we could finish it by 3 o'clock? No, sorry, 4 o'clock.
I mean, depending on how well we do this segment, perhaps.
Let's see what happens.
At time of mentioning that, it is 10-2.
Let's see what we can do.
I'm going to put a timer on at 30 minutes just to be safe.
We're wasting time, Shaun.
Okay, what we do each week, Bottom Alternative is we take a popular song and then we take the words of a part of it and make them the opposite and then give it to our co-host. And our co-host's job is to figure out the original song from the opposite of the lyrics. So, Tim, why is it called Bottom Alternatives? Doing it very quickly. Sorry if you can't understand, particularly if this is not your first language. This is not ideal, but I apologise.
Well, Shaun, During the mid-20th century to early 21st century, there was a British
There's
broadcasting
no time for stumbling, man!
corporation program called Top of the Pops, where once a week a band would perform live, in inverted commas, in front of a live audience.
Well, the audience were alive. They weren't dead.
I know, that's why I said. That's why I didn't say.
Zombie audience.
I said live in inverted commas. In front of a live audience.
Also, did you say corporation?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say, there's no time to correct you, but now there is.
I got it right.
Even though you didn't need to.
And, forget it, I can't be bothered to try and do it.
Look, we're going to see what happens.
Basically, you get the name Top of the Pops, you flip the words round, you get Born with the Alternatives.
Some would say it's quite clever. Some would say it's stupid. And on and on that, do you want to go first or should I go first?
I would like to go first.
Okay, you can go first. So, Tim, please do share your bottom
I wonder if we've done this one before. I feel like we must have done.
Well, overall, this would have gone to our 8, because this is the only segment that has gone from start to finish completely unaltered.
And we've already had one duplicate.
Apart from technically beating around the bush, but
yeah, it's changed.
So, which means that this is current. By the time I have done mine, it will be the 80th bottom of the alternative. There probably is overlap, let's say.
Moon isn't dimming out aground.
There ain't a cloud inside. It's not raining. Everybody's. Is that the quickest I've ever got it?
I think that's probably the quickest you've ever got it, yeah.
Well, I'm doing your job very well to get it done in 10 minutes. I just started thinking about it. It goes, sun is shining in the... That is Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra. I think I've definitely done an ELO song before, which you didn't get. It was "Don't Bring Me Down."
Yes.
But I don't know if that one we may have done. But I can't
remember.
Can't remember either way. Here's a task for you. Call to action. Go back and listen. You don't have to listen to the whole thing. Just listen to what songs we opposited from each episode and tell us if, and if so, how many times we've done the same song. Please. We need interaction.
Here is the, carry on. Here is the contrail outsmell.
What?
Contrail.
That's
one that
what's that line for?
Cloud.
Contrail for cloud?
Yeah, couldn't think of anything for cloud.
I thought contrail was like another word for your guts.
No, contrail is like what planes leave behind when they fly over.
Oh, right, okay.
So I just thought, well, they're the ones that we make.
Fair enough.
They're not natural.
Maybe it could have been fog.
Still kind of the same idea, though.
I know, but it's low lying. Clouds are high lying.
Yeah. I said out smell, on sights.
Fair
I was
enough.
going to do blind, but it started snowing.
So, it stopped raining. It started snowing.
Nobody's out the work.
Start raining. Everybody's in a play.
In a play.
Specifically, probably a...
Or don't I forget.
Panto. Don't you know?
It's the ugly old night.
It's a beautiful new day.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye-bye. Hey.
That was a record. What a time for a record for Never Quickest Thing.
Oh, damn.
On episode 40.
You said I might get yours pretty quickly.
Well, you might do. It depends. So my bottom alternative. We have 6 minutes until it's 4 o'clock.
This would be incredible.
Right, so my bottom alternative goes as follows. Your head is in a position.
I'm in my thinking mode.
Which also looks like cartoon sleeping.
I'm sleeping. No, I'm in thinking
Don't
mode.
fall asleep. Right. Their shed, no one's in there. There's never nothing idle state.
Wow, a lot of double negatives there.
Triple negative, in fact, I suppose. Or that's usually slightly quiet. Their dad isn't particularly shed disappointment. Everything always speeds him up, or tidiness is forbidden. Tim's got his head in his hands. He's trying to figure it out.
Shed.
Shed.
It came up twice.
Yes.
Home.
Another word for home.
House.
House.
Okay, cool.
That
so
can
first,
give you a clue.
Is it our house?
It is our house! by madness. Because you're wondering, so we could do this with 5 minutes
I just
to
thought, how many
spare.
songs can I think of with house?
There is a house in New Orleans.
Yeah, but I did that one. I've done that one. I remember it didn't sound like that.
I don't think you did. You did the line. There is a house in New Orleans, though. So
No, I don't think I did.
yeah. So to recap, their shed, no one's in there. Our house, it has a crowd.
The house has a crowd.
There's never nothing idle state.
Whoa, yeah.
There's always something happening.
There's always something happening.
Or that's
Idle state. I like that.
or that's unusually slightly quiet, and it's usually quite loud.
Loud.
Their dad isn't particularly shed disappointment. Our mum is so house proud.
Our mum is so house proud.
Everything always speeds him up, or tidiness is forbidden. Nothing ever slows her down, and a mess is not allowed.
Mess is not allowed.
Dum
Dun, dun.
dum. I was expecting you to come with the lyrics to the chorus there, but
Is that the chorus? Is that when
no, the chorus is
starts?
our house in the middle of our street.
No, I was thinking. I thought there was one more line before the chorus begins.
I don't think so.
Isn't there something like someone's in their Sunday best? No,
it does go into another into. That's the first lines of the song. Father wears his Sunday best.
Who's it? Father's voice.
Where's his Sunday best? Mother's tired, she needs a rest. The kids are playing up downstairs. Sister's sighing asleep. I was expecting you to do the backing vocals. But it goes, Since I've sang that verse, I might as well sing the last line. Brother's got a date to keep. He can't hang around. Very blunt unrhyme there.
Yeah, can't hang around.
Can't hang around. Can't even rhyme.
I remember
He hasn't got time.
Didn't they perform when it was the New Year's?
They did.
God, wasn't that awkward? I don't know why. I just felt
Also, didn't the lead singer of Madness go on QI once?
probably.
It's a weird thing. He just pops up.
Yeah. I remember when it was the New Year's one. It just felt like tired. They just
Well,
felt.
to be
Like,
fair, it's getting towards midnight.
I know, but everybody just looked dead. I think he was really drunk, and I was just like, "Man, you're just dead."
Yeah.
Like,
And
this
mate,
is just-
but let's hope he doesn't actually die.
no, let's hope not. I mean,
And on that note, because we have 2 minutes until your weird deadline that you put in,
yeah.
that brings us to the end of the podcast. So thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, then please do get in contact with us. You can email us at 2inthebushpodcast@gmail.com or get us on Twitter at 2inbushpod. If you've liked it, then do subscribe to whatever you happen to be listening on. Give us a review on whatever you happen to be listening on. If you want to hear more of me, I don't know why you would, but you could. And if you want to hear me talk about wrestling, I have another show, and he called it Sister Show, really Sister Show, called Throwing the Book, and it's about fantasy booking in professional wrestling, hence the name. Actually, I did have the idea the other day. I just put this in before the end of the show. It's like if we ever did like a sideshow of this, a bit like Feed the Roots,
Yeah.
about like I don't know, like philosophy and deep stuff like that. We could call it What's It Worth?
Oh, why would we call it What's It Worth?
Because of the phrase "one hand is worth two in the bush."
Oh, What's It Worth?
Call it WIW.
Oh, that's good. I like
That's
that.
good.
I like that. What's
That
it-
might be coming just on the strength of the name. Tim, you have a coat hanger on your head now. It's quite bent. It's
Really hurt.
or unshaped. It does look quite uncomfortable. So, Tim, before you fracture your skull, say goodbye.
Before we say goodbye, I'm going to say plug the email one more time. Just to
Okay.
be sure. Make sure you say it slowly.
Two in the bush podcast at gmail.com. We have 10 seconds until the end of the thing.
So
Tim, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And it is goodbye from me.